Why does it feel like I'm stuck in career limbo? Why am I waiting for someone else to notice my value? Why does job searching feel like throwing resumes into a black hole? Am I missing something, or is it time to change the game? If these questions are running through your mind, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Hire Me Please Career Podcast. I'm Gemma Lopez, career coach and recruiting expert, and this season is all about taking back control of your career. No more waiting for permission, no more playing small. I'm here to help you ditch the doubt, advocate for yourself, and land a role that excites you. From navigating career pivots to negotiating what you're really worth, we're uncovering the real, unfiltered strategies that you need to know. No gatekeeping here. So, if you're ready to go from feeling stuck to thriving in your career, let's do this. Hey there, and welcome back to Hire Me Please. If you are new here or joining for the first time, my name is Gemma Lopez. I am your career coach and biggest cheerleader for making bold career moves with confidence. And today in the episode, I'm going to be tackling a big question. How do you change industries without starting over? Maybe you've been in nonprofit for years and you dream about moving to corporate, or maybe you're in consulting and you want to get back into corporate, or maybe you've been eyeing a career in tech and you want to leave manufacturing. Or honestly, maybe you're just feeling stuck in an industry that no longer excites you. It's not aligned anymore. You're just not excited about it and you're ready to make a change. And if that sounds like you, then you are in the right place and this episode is for you. Let me start by saying this loud and clear. Switching industries is not impossible. You do not need to go back to school. You do not need to take a pay cut. You really just need the right strategy. And I know this because I've helped so many people make this exact transition. So in the episode today, I'll be walking you through how to research your new industry, how to frame your skills so that they stand out, and how to network your way in, even if you don't know anyone in that industry currently. And also tailoring your resume and your cover letters so that hiring managers are looking at your relevant skills and they're not so super hyper focused on the fact that you're changing industries. Stick with me because by the end of the episode, you will know exactly what steps to take and how to get things done. And spoiler alert, you won't have to figure it out all alone because I am here to help. If you have any questions, you can always DM me on LinkedIn. You can always schedule a consult with me. I offer a free 30-minute career strategy call. So I'd love to talk to you and just hear about your experience. And I will give you my honest opinion. And if it makes sense for us to work together, I will share how we can do that. All right, let's dive into today's episode. So let's start with the big picture. Every industry has its own culture, its own expectations, and the way of working. So if you're moving from nonprofit to corporate, for example, you'll likely see a shift towards profit-driven decisions, KPIs, and scalability over impact. So you want to make sure that you are focusing on the contributions you made. How did that affect revenue? How are you, making cost savings efforts? Because when you move to corporate, it's all about the bottom line. If you're moving from consulting to tech, then you'll go from client-based projects to in-house product development. So focus more on the relevant projects, the relevant case studies that you can bring to that will be applicable to the role that you are applying for in corporate. So how do you actually get up to speed with the industry, what the culture's like, what they value, what you should talk about in the interview, how you should tailor your resume? Great question. And my answer is research, and not the boring textbook kind. I'm talking about following industry leaders on LinkedIn, looking at what they post about, noticing the topics, kind of paying attention to any type of PR, any press releases, or any announcements that they have. Also, reading job descriptions. A job description really will tell you all you need to know about the position, sometimes more about the company. But look at different job descriptions in the same industry and be sure to highlight skills that come up over and over again. Because if they're wanted in more than one position, then that is probably a telltale sign that that is a very high quality skill in that industry. Another thing you can do is listen to industry specific podcasts, tuning into conversations happening in that space. If there's any conferences or any webinars or any panel speakers, just kind of seeing like what are the topics and is there anything that might interest you. And lastly, attending a networking event or a virtual panel to hear from people already in the industry. There's a lot of influencers and thought leaders out there that work in the corporate space. In my last corporate job, it was really great because there were a lot of really big named leaders that I supported, and it made recruiting a lot easier, but also because a lot of people were fans of the directors and VPs that I supported. So a lot of people are thought leaders in the space. So, check people out, look at blogs that they might be on. It might be simply Googling somebody, or if you notice that they're very active on LinkedIn, maybe doing a deeper dive. And I'm sure you'll be able to find much more industry specific related content, either that they're producing or that they're sharing. Because the bottom line is the more you immerse yourself in that target industry, the faster you'll start thinking and talking just like someone that has been in the industry for several years. And guess what? That is what makes you stand out when you start applying. I think that people are often really afraid to do the research and they feel like a fraud. But the thing is that there's so many commonalities between different organizations, different roles, different industries. There's so many commonalities, but there are different nuances. And sometimes, often most times, if I'm honest, industry experience is a preferred thing. It's not a hard and set rule, but there are intricacies and nuances, especially if you're at a leadership level, then it would be really helpful for you to familiarize yourself with the different terms, the lingo, and really kind of understand what this industry is like from the inside out. Let's talk about the biggest roadblock that people hit when switching industries. If you're thinking, I don't have the right experience, I will tell you, I hear this all of the time, and I will be real with you right now. Your experience is not the problem. How you talk about it is. Your skills are valuable, even if you have never worked in that industry before. It's really all about how you translate them. So let's break this down a little further so that you can see what I mean. If you've been working in operations, but you want to move into a product management role, you already have project management experience, stakeholder communication experience, and problem solving skills. And those are essential in product management. If you're a teacher and you want to move into a corporate HR role, maybe focusing on training and development, look at your experience and your expertise in curriculum development, public speaking, teaching, instructional design. Like those are all applicable and also relevant. If you've worked in development and fundraising and you want to pivot that into actual sales so that you can get more commissions off of the money that you're bringing in, you already know how to build relationships. You already know how to persuade people and how to close deals. So it's not going to be that big of a jump as you think it is. So here's a quick exercise for you. Take a moment and please actually do this, because if you never do this, then what's the point, right? Like it's all about the action that we take. So write down 3 of your strongest skills. And for each one, really ask yourself, how does this skill apply to the job that I want? How does this skill apply in any industry? And this is how you would start framing your experience in a way that hiring managers in any industry will immediately understand. Okay, let's talk about networking, aka the single most effective way to switch industries. I know I've talked about this on this podcast before. I've also posted about it, and I always get the same pushback that networking is super awkward. But hear me out. Most job openings aren't even getting posted publicly. You know, that hidden job market that you keep hearing about? That is basically the referral market. Okay. And these roles are getting filled through referrals. That means the fastest way to break into a new industry is by connecting with people who are already in it. So, how do you start and how can you make networking less awkward, less annoying, and just kind of reframing it into something that you enjoy? Will you love it? I don't know. Maybe, maybe you will learn to love it. But I think the thing is, can you be comfortable enough with it to take action and actually do it? So, let's get started. The first thing is to optimize your LinkedIn profile. Definitely update your heading, your headline, your summary, and reflect where you want to go, not just where you've been. Then start engaging with industry professionals. Comment on posts, share different insights, and just make yourself more visible. Like I said, attend conferences, attend panels. If there's any types of events, whether in person or virtual, register for them so that you are in the same room and raise your hand and speak up. And that will even make you even more visible to the right people because who are the people that will be attending these events? People that are in the industry that you want to get into. So make yourself visible. And the best way to do that is to ask a question or, offer up a thought or talk to the person next to you. Just make yourself visible and don't just sit around in the corner putting your head in the sand. It's very easy to want to do that, but you have to really remind yourself, what are you doing there? What is your goal? And if you set that intention, I think it would make it a lot easier. Even if it's like, I just want to talk to two people today in this event. Cool. That's a good start. The next step would be to reach out for informational interviews. And I challenge you again, reach out to one person today. Just one. That's how you get started. And it can be as simple as messaging someone and saying, "Hey, I'm exploring a transition into your industry and I came across your profile. Your experience at XYZ company is so inspiring. Would you be open to a quick chat? I'd love to know more about your journey. I'd love to learn more about the industry." And don't give up if that person doesn't respond back to you. There's millions of people out there. Am I telling you to spam everyone? No, I'm just saying reach out to at least 3 people. But if you only reach out to one, that is okay. If that person doesn't get back to you within a few days, maybe you want to send a follow up message, or maybe you just want to find someone else to reach out to. There is no hard or fast rules here. And the next step is to just follow up. Don't just connect with people and add them on LinkedIn and then just like never talk to them again. Engage with your post. Build a real relationship. Like share your journey, keep in touch with them because at the end of the day, and I think this is something that the internet has made even more difficult in the last, several years. It's like we're so used to just lurking, lurking, looking at people's posts, thumbs upping things, and not really engaging with people. Like, do you remember MySpace or Facebook in the old days, like beginning of time? People would talk to each other. We would talk to each other. So make sure that you are actually reaching out to people. And I always tell people it doesn't have to be this grandeur, crazy gesture. You can literally just, today is we're in spring break right now. Yesterday was St. Patrick's Day. Easter's coming up. Like there's just so many opportunities to reach out to someone and say, happy, whatever XYZ day it is. I mean, International Women's Day was a couple of weeks ago. We're going into April. I'm just saying that, like, it doesn't really matter what you say to people. You just need to follow up. You just need to reach out because if you're reaching out to people, then you're top of mind and more likely to get a referral. So now that you're making connections, you have to make sure that your resume and your cover letter will actually get you interviews. Ways to do that are to customize your resume. So highlight skills that are relevant to the target industry. If your job title doesn't translate, tweak it. I can't tell you how many times I've seen weird job titles. I've even had my own weird job titles. If there's no such thing, and you're really a project manager, but maybe your title is master of all ongoing projects and fun things, put down project manager if that's exactly what you do and that's what you would essentially call yourself in another industry. Perfectly fine. Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, what about when they do background checks? Well, that's when you would make sure that you put your right title in your application. So make sure you use the correct title in your application, but on your resume or on your LinkedIn profile, you can use the common titles. Fun fact, when recruiters are recruiting for roles that have weird titles, we would often put in normal common industry titles to attract candidates because people know what a marketing manager is, but they may not know what a growth, community, empowerment lead is. And I just made that up off the top of my head. But honestly, I've seen some really, really crazy job titles. But yeah, that's a tool too. Like we as recruiters want to get a lot of applicants on our jobs, and we want to make it very easy for people to understand what the role is. So we will oftentimes change the job title on the posting to attract the right type of people. Next thing is quantify everything. Everyone loves numbers. We're all data driven. So instead of saying I managed fundraising events, make sure that you're talking a little bit more about your outcomes and the details. Like say you led fundraising campaigns that raised $500,000 in annual revenue. Just make it specific. And remember, your cover letter is your superpower. Use it to connect the dots between your past experience, where you want to go. You can try a structure that kind of works, and it's basically starting with the hook. So you can say something like, after a decade in nonprofit fundraising, I'm eager to bring my strategic partnership skills to a corporate environment where I can drive revenue and impact at scale. That's actually from a resume that I was reviewing earlier. And then you want to address why you. Highlight your relevant skills and achievements. You also want to talk about why them. Show that you've researched the company and that you're really interested. I can tell you that several times in my career, I have been told that the candidate didn't seem interested. And this is coming from the hiring managers, from the final interviewers. They're like, well, the person was amazing, but they just didn't seem like they wanted to work here. So think about that. You have to tell the company, whether it's in your application or your cover letter or on the actual interview, how much you want the job. Like, tell them what you want, because that enthusiasm can be the differentiator between you and another person. And then make sure you have a clear call to action at the end. Express excitement. Ask for an interview. Ask for a quick phone call. Next steps. Like, show some urgency. And I think that is just enough to get you in the door with an interview. So, practical takeaways. Here is a little bit of a checklist for you to kind of get you moving. So, the first step is to research the target industry. Learn the norms, the jargon, the key trends, all in the ways that we talked about earlier in the episode. Then, identify your transferable skills. Make sure that you're translating them into your new industry language. Then start networking, engage online, set up copy chats, attend events, all the things we kind of talked about. Make sure that you also tailor your resume and your cover letter, and make sure that they speak to the industry's language and are also tailored to the role that you're applying for. And take action today. Send just one LinkedIn message, put one update on your resume, or sign up for an event. Just take one step, because taking one step, it's all about the 1% improvements. It's all about taking one small step every single day. So make sure you just take one step today, because your career isn't a straight line. It's a series of pivots. So you need to realize that you are not starting over. You're leveling up. And even though you're making a change, doesn't mean that you have to start from zero. I don't know where people started thinking that that was what was going to happen, or, Maybe it's something that people talk about, or like maybe you've heard it from, someone that had a bad experience, but I can tell you I've switched industries so many times and I've done it seamlessly because I'm focusing on what I bring to the table. I'm understanding the industry and the company, and I'm also very confident in knowing what my relevant skills are. So, this is something that you can do as well. And that's a wrap. So, if this episode gave you clarity and confidence, I really want to hear from you. Send me a message on LinkedIn. Tell me what step you're taking today. And if you want more help and you want me to really give you a deeper dive into how you could pivot, let's book a call. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to help you out. And if you found this helpful, feel free to hit subscribe, leave a review. It helps so many other people, and it helps me keep bringing you real, actionable career advice. So until next time, you have a great, great, great day and keep making bold moves towards the career of your dreams. Hey friend, if this episode gave you an aha moment, I want to hear about it. You can connect with me on LinkedIn and tell me your biggest takeaway. Or you can even send a message right here in the show notes. And if you're done spinning your wheels and ready to take action, real action, towards a career that excites you, let's talk about it. You can book a free career strategy call with me at mycoachgemma.com. And let's get you moving forward towards a career that you love.